How is everyone doing? 9-4 and more here, where we talk Jaguars football and other news around the National Football League. And we have week 2 picks to get to. My co-host Brandon will be back next week, but let's go ahead and get right into the picks. The Giants and Washington, they already played. The Giants won. Washington won 30-29. A very entertaining game, by the way. But let's go ahead and get into Sunday's games. We got the New England Patriots at the New York Jets. I think two quarterbacks that have so much potential. You have Zach Wilson with the Jets, Mac Jones with the Patriots, and I think this can actually be a pretty decent matchup. In the end, though, I do think the Patriots will end up winning for the sole purpose of Bill Belichick has never lost to a rookie quarterback. I think that streak continues, and plus, I really liked what I've seen from Mac Jones last week, so I'll give me the Patriots to win. Next up, we have the Denver Broncos at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to try not to be biased, but I am going to pick the Jaguars. This is the last week I will pick the Jaguars. If we lose this week, probably won't pick the Jaguars for another few weeks. Definitely think it's going to be a close matchup. I just think that, Trevor Lawrence is going to bounce back after his 3-touchdown, 3-interception game last week against the Texans. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars. Up next, we have the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. This could very well be one of the better matchups on Sunday. Buffalo, they ended up losing last week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And in Miami, they beat the Patriots on the road. So a very impressive win for the Dolphins. I definitely think they have a chance to start 2-0, if everything goes their way and they play up to par. But I'm just not picking against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills to beat the Miami Dolphins. Next up, we have the 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Once again, another great matchup. There's a lot of good week 2 games here. Jalen Hurts looked really good last week against the Atlanta Falcons. So let's see if that can continue. The San Francisco 49ers, they played really well last week against the Lions. Even the Lions almost had a nice comeback towards the end of the game. This is a very tough matchup. You know what? For Brandon, even though he's not doing this video today, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Philadelphia Eagles for him. Even though in a pool, I did my pool with a bunch of friends, I did pick the 49ers. But for this video, I am going to pick the Eagles to win. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams at the Indianapolis Colts. Give me the Rams. I was not impressed what I seen about the Colts last week. It's week 1, I know. Good teams lose a lot in week 1. And I do think the Colts are going to be pretty good this year. But, that Rams defense is just nasty with Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, and many more great players on that defense. And plus, Matthew Stafford looked amazing last week. Looked like he was having the most fun he's had in years playing. So give me the Rams to beat the Colts. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I guess this is sort of my upset pick of the week. I am going to pick the Las Vegas Raiders to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. I liked what I've seen out of the Raiders last week. They defeated the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football, and just, a great win for them. I thought the offense started to click. Josh Jacobs, I believe, is not playing, so it's going to be Kenyon Drake getting the start. So fantasy-wise, definitely look at Drake for a lot of starting options. And the Steelers offensively, anything that looked good last week. I know it's week 1, it's really hard to, predict and see how a team's going to be. But I just did not like what I've seen from the Steelers offense. So give me the Raiders for one of my upset picks for the week. Next up, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Chicago Bears. Even though the Bears lost last week, I thought they played pretty good against the Rams, especially going against the Rams defense. But is it enough to stop Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals offense? I do think it's enough. Give me the Chicago Bears to beat the Bengals, even though I do think Joe Burrow and that offense is going to be pretty good this year. Next up, we have the Houston Texans at the Cleveland Browns. Browns played very good against the Kansas City Chiefs last week, even though they lost. Texans beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, pretty easily. But give me the Cleveland Browns to bounce back and Baker Mayfield to have a big game against the Texans. We have the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. This could be a very intriguing matchup. See how Sam Darnold can play. Once again, I thought last week he was pretty decent. Jameis Winston had a phenomenal game last week against the Green Bay Packers. Go ahead and give me the Saints, but I definitely think this game is going to be pretty close in my personal opinion. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Arizona Cardinals. Can Chandler Jones get another 5-sack game? It probably won't happen, but I could see him definitely getting, 2 or 3 sacks. I know the Vikings are missing a lot of players on the defensive line. I believe this game. Give me the Arizona Cardinals to start 2-0. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Atlanta did not look good offensively at all last week. Defensively, I thought they looked decent in that first half, but really in the second half is really when everything fell apart. And you're going against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Go ahead and give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win that game. Up next, we have the Tennessee Titans at the Seattle Seahawks. This is going to be a very intriguing matchup. I can see it going both ways depending on how the Titans offense can get going. But right now, especially beginning of the season, Russell Wilson's always playing really well in the beginning of the season for the past few years. Go ahead and give me the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Tennessee Titans. Next up, the Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this right here could be a high-scoring game, in my personal opinion. I think, the Cowboys offense with Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott. I mean, Dak is back basically, right? And you have Amari Cooper, and then also with going against the Chargers with you have Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler. This could be a very, very good matchup. This could be one of the better games this weekend. Go ahead and give me the Dallas Cowboys to actually beat the Los Angeles Chargers. I definitely can see this game going either way, but I'm going to go ahead and pick the Cowboys. Next up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football at the Baltimore Ravens. Go ahead and give me the Kansas City Chiefs. I do think the Baltimore Ravens will bounce back even if they start 0-2, but Lamar Jackson, I believe, what is he, like 0-2 or 0-3 against the Chiefs? And I think that streak continues. Go ahead and give me the Chiefs. And Monday Night Football, we have the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Can the Lions, produce enough points to beat the Packers? And last week, we've seen Aaron Rodgers definitely struggle, and the whole Packers offense struggle against the New Orleans Saints. I definitely think the Packers will bounce back. So give me the Packers in Monday Night Football against the Detroit Lions. But those are my picks for week 2. Be on the lookout for one of our other videos and podcasts next week. Other than that, thanks for watching and listening to on Spotify, and go Jags.